morning everybody, welcome to Immortal Gaming. This is me again, Marvin, and we're now here for another video for Ragnarok Origin, and this time we're going to be talking about the Soul Destroyer build of the Assassin Cross. So a lot of you have already requested this guide from me, so here it is. So for now, we have Die For You. Thank you to Sir Kevin for lending me his character so that we could see the good potential of this build. So first of all, we have to discuss the skill first before we go for the other parts of the video. Okay, so this is the Soul Destroyer. It says here, attacks an enemy dealing 1000% of plus 50 times int, how much your int, physical damage. Soul Destroyer receives double effect from Find Weakness. This is the Find Weakness, and deals 2% increased damage every 10 int you have. So there's a lot of clues here, so you could build your Soul Destroyer build. So the first one is your int. Of course, this one highly relies on int itself. So in terms of stats, you go for int. But it says here the damage gets increased by 2% every 10 int you have. So it will be better if the total int that you have or your assassin has would be indivisible by 10. So it would be not always 99 if you would be thinking that way. Okay, so you have this extra bonus intelligence, right? From gears, from everything. If you're gonna ask me if magic damage increase would be affecting this one, no, it doesn't, because this is physical, okay, and this becomes physical damage. So every physical damage bonus that you have would still be reflecting on your Soul Destroyer damage. Okay, so let's now go to the stats. As of now, we have 96 base int, 15 vitality, and 47 strength. So we have here a total of 140 int, still divisible by 10. That's really important so that you could, optimize your damage, because you need strength here. Still going to be increasing your damage, and a little bit of vitality so that you could, stay alive longer on PvP and different guild versus guild events, because this build is really impactful for the PvP sector of the game. Since it is ranged, it is a burst damage so that you could one-hit the enemy usually on PvP. So that's for the stats. Now let's go to the skill build. Okay, so of course for the thief, you still have to put level 5 on double attack. You know why? Because the Soul Destroyer requires level 5 double attack. Level 5 on shield dodge, level 10 on increased dodge, level 10 on hiding, 1 on backslide, and the rest would be on envenom, since you won't be using trick control. So next, in Assassin's Tree, we have to have 10 on dual wield. Next would be hiding research, 5 on that, 1 on backslide hiding, 10 on enchant poison. This one is really going to come in play later. I'm gonna explain more on that later. Level 10 on venom dust, and level 4 on venom slash. This one is really good on PvP. Now for the Assassin Cross tree, of course we have to have level 10 Soul Destroyer. We have prioritized level 10 enchant deadly poison over Find Weakness. This is for the reason, even though it says here the Soul Destroyer gets increased damage or double effect from Find Weakness, it's still more important for us to put level 10 or max out enchant deadly poison first. We have already tried it. If you max out level 10 deadly enchant poison, it's still better than maxing out level 10 Find Weakness. Trust me, okay? Level 10 enchant deadly poison increases your attack, your weapon's attack or your damage by 30%, guys. 30%. In contrast with this one, if it gives you 2 times effectivity from Soul Destroyer, this one would be a total of 40% ignore defense on the enemy side, on the enemy's defense, when you attack them with Soul Destroyer, right? This one increases a lot more further, because this one just ignores defense. In a way, it would be very good on late game. This would be better in late game than Enchant Deadly Poison. But we are on the mid game, or on quite still on the early game. So it's still better for us to increase raw damage here rather than ignoring more the defense more on the enemy, because the increase in the damage is what you're going to be basically relying on your Soul Destroyer, particularly on PvE, if you're still using it on PvE. The thing that I'm saying right now is this is going to be better on late game when all of the other people on PvP has a lot of damage reductions. So Enchant Deadly Poison is still going to be much more all-around needed in the game rather than Find Weakness. But if you're already on 30 skill points, so get them both. Okay, so aside from that, where do you want to focus the rest of your points? You can go for Poison React, so that you could you know, if you're really relying on the PvP side of the game, or you're really more enjoying the PvP side of the game, this one is going to be your best friend versus other, you know, poison dealers out there. Or Meteor Assault if there will be a War of Imperium in the future. This is going to be, you know, one of the things that you're going to be enjoying in War of Imperium. Hide and then Meteor Assault. It's going to be a big menace for the enemy. So that is for the skill build. Let's now go to the gears. For the gears out here, this is kind of OP OP character. I mean, the main build of Sir Kevin, or the main build of Die For You, is a dual crit dagger. This one, as you can see, he has already plus 13 here and plus 14 here. This one is just PvP build for him. That's the reason why he has refined more weapons. I mean, if 2 weapons are still not enough for you to refine, then refine another 2 set of weapons. So the weapons are the big thing here at the Soul Destroyer, because, you know, you won't be needing Sandstorm, you won't be needing you know, the other one, the Refined Dagger. This time you would be needing 2 different daggers. The first one is the Moonlight Dagger. This one increases the damage that your int gives to the Soul Destroyer. So that's one on plus 10. The other one is the Lunar Dagger, which increases your damage based on your magical attack. So this one heightens the damage because it adds another stat to the equation, or the damage calculation, which is magical attack. You already tried using or adding up additional, you know, magical attack accessory here, so that, you know, the dagger, the Lunar Dagger, would be coming into play in terms of magical attack. And I think that it gives minimal addition to the damage as compared to physical damage. As you can remember, the Soul Destroyer is a physical damage skill, so everything that increases your physical damage also heightens the damage of the Soul Destroyer. Thus, if you're gonna be putting Spiritual Ring here, most of the people don't see or don't consider, in terms of changing the accessories, they don't consider the refinement effect. So the refinement effect right now is in terms of magic damage. As you can see here, it's all magic damage here. The refined magical attack is just there, but the huge impact to your damage would be magic damage. And the Soul Destroyer doesn't have that, okay? The Soul Destroyer needs physical damage. As compared to a physical accessory, this one increases additional physical damage plus 65 and additional physical damage percent of 3%. So, in terms of damage calculations, you know, it would still heighten up more the damage of the Soul Destroyer if you're using physical damage accessories that has high refine. Take note, that has high refine, because the higher the refine, the higher the refinement physical damage bonus your accessories give your character. As compared, if you're refining a magical attack accessory, it would be giving higher magic damage refinement bonus, which is not needed by your character. Let me demonstrate, okay? So if you're gonna be, if we'll be comparing this, we should be only looking at the base stats. This one is magical attack, this one is physical attack, okay? So this one has plus 12, this one has plus 6, which is negligible as what I've told you guys a while ago. And this one doesn't have any other thing here, only int plus 1, which is also not that going to be affecting your damage by a lot. This one has physical attack, etc., so can be comparable. Let's see. So we're gonna replace this, okay? We're gonna replace this with a spiritual ring. So our current damage right now, if we're gonna be looking at the damage here.
Have you met my partner?
Okay, I haven't met your partner. Okay, let's go. So right now, our damage is 177, 186, 185, 178. It goes down to 177, 182, 182, 183, 187, 181, 178. Okay.
No matter what
So
trouble you
now,
run into,
we're going to be changing the gears. So we're going to be equipping a non-magical attack accessory but has a high physical damage refinement bonus. Okay? So now, let's see how the damage goes. So we did not get the bonus that the Lunar Dagger gives in terms of magical attack because it doesn't have that magical attack base stat, which is only 40 something, right? Okay, so let's now go. It's 188. It can now go to 196, 197, 192, 188, 189, 190, 190, 194. So this proves that if you have a higher refine on your accessory in terms of physical accessory, it gives more damage to your physical damage because of the refinement. That's the reason for that, is that whenever you have a physical damage percentage bonus for your character, it affects the overall, the last damage. That's how it gets computed. We're in comparison with a magical attack, the magical attack comes into play with the Lunar Dagger. It's an additional damage. So it's not based on overall damage. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you should not be, investing on magical attack things or magical attack bonuses. I would highly suggest still for you to go for magical attack additional bonuses. But I'm just saying that if you already have a high refine on your physical accessory, I would still go for the physical accessory rather than going for the magical accessory, just because of the refinement bonus that a high refine gives to your character in terms of physical damage versus magical damage, which is not needed by your character. Okay, so that is for the accessories and for the weapon. In terms of the other things and other necessary things that your character needs, the thing that you would want for an enchant is of course intelligence or magical attack. For the enchants, I would be going for legendary bow. So in terms of the Vero scores, the only thing that you would be wanting for your Vero scores, and the only thing that would make your Soul Destroyer work a lot, is the Order of the Mind. The higher, the better. It's level 7 here. I think this is the max one for the Demic Cogwheel. Soul Destroyer no longer requires casting. It becomes auto cast, and the damage gets increased further by int. So that is the thing, the only thing that you would need. The second thing that you would need is the Corrosive Poison. Marvin, the Soul Destroyer is not a poison skill. Take note, but you have an enchant poison. Every time that you give your character enchant poison, it additionally increases the counter damage against different types of elements here, particularly wind, earth, water, and fire. So I think the only thing, or the only elemental converter that your knives would need would be fire. So that whenever you are, facing either, shadows or undead, you can still do more damage, or your character's damage won't get lessened because those elements resist poison. So other than that, This one would be increasing the damage of your character whenever it has enchant poison in it, okay? So before we test the damage, in terms of the pets, I would be suggesting Squidget because Squidget increases your overall damage by 20% or 25%. So I think that is a lot for a Soul Destroyer build, okay? So let's try it on MVP and Goblin Chief, okay? So I'm sorry about this because my current converter that got used was water weapon because this character just, you know, finished grinding, okay? So let's test it. It has minus 10% damage versus the Goblin leader, Goblin Chief. Look at that. So 241,000. Okay, but that has less damage, so that's around 260,000. Okay, 260,000. If we're going to be adding, let's take out our corrosive poison as of now to see. Let's just see the difference. If we'll be adding enchant poison, okay, how much do we deal right now? So we now deal additional 25%, and it becomes from 270,000 to 329,000. No buffs, just enchant deadly poison and enchant poison. Okay. Now from 330,000, 328,000. Okay. Let's now equip the corrosive poison. Okay. Corrosive poison. Okay. So look at how it increases the damage. Okay, so now it gets to 360,000. It gets an additional 20% increase on the counter damage. Look at that, from 25% to 45%. So it becomes, you know, 360 to 379, 382. Okay, so let's now go and add a little bit more. So if you would be looking at this one, remove it. Okay, you can also use the magical attack Dimic Cogwheel if you don't have that, but I would prefer more the corrosive poison. So we have a better dual stat Dimic Cogwheel here, which has the corrosive poison and the core overload. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's now try it. Okay, so take note, this now can go down and can go up. The damage can now go down and can go up. So now it goes up to 500,000, guys. 500,000, 485. Core overload is the best. Look at that core overload. I love it. Look at that. My wizard cannot do this type of damage. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So, for those of you who are asking how did it come to this damage, of course we have OP cards here. We have Skeleton Worker card. The Goblin Chief is a medium monster. We have Hydra card. The Goblin Chief is also a demi-human. So we have the same cards here, Hydra card and Skeleton Worker card here. And for our headgear, we have Deverucci card. For our wool scarf, we have the my goodness, Vagabond wolf card. Additional 3% physical damage. This is a lot. Plus 3. In terms of this one, we have Savage card. And here we have Verit card. And for our accessories here, not that much, but we have the Cobalt card because it's using this, as I've told you guys, on dual crit. This one has Stem Worm, and this one has the same thing. Okay, let's now equip the one that got equipped here. Okay, so I unequipped the Cobalt card because of the comparison. Okay, oh my goodness, I love it. It gets to 500,000. This does not have any food buff or whitesmith buff I think this will go to 700,000. Look at that. Let's now try it. Okay. This one plus 75%. Plus 75%. Let's try. Okay. It does. Okay. This time it does more damage because it's plus 75%. Okay. Look at that. It goes up to... Can it go to 600,000? 600,000 please. 600,000. No, it's not going to 600,000. Only 552,000. So, that's it. I know, guys, I still have a lot to learn because I'm not a main Assassin Cross. If you have any other additional inputs, we are appreciative of all of the additional inputs in this channel because we learn together. Alright, so that's it. Thank you everybody for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. If you happen to like this video, please do leave a like. Share this to your friends and click that bell notification button so you get notified every time I upload a new video, start a new stream, or a new content. That's it. See you again on the next video. Bye-bye! 'Cause now I found you.